There's a scene for you. I don't see any holiday lights, but there might be some holiday lights behind me. This is about the speed of light. There really isn't a limit to speed in the way that we think, and that matter cannot be traveling at the speed of light. It's only photons. And anyway, welcome to the Excellent Universe channel. Gives you ideas and helps you have a better, safer, more peaceful planet and better life, and hopefully cleaner atmosphere, water, and so a happier place, a happier country and solar system and excellent universe for you. And I give you all the ideas that you need. Please watch my other videos. Do a like, a thumbs up, and subscribe down below, and also do some comments so it helps other people to see these ideas. And believe me, if you follow my advice, which is to be a peaceful person, respect other people's rights, don't steal, don't harm anybody, then we're going to have a wonderful planet, a wonderful future. And so anyway, this video is a little bit different than most of my other videos because it's just, I wanted to clear up the idea that things can't move at the speed of light. Only light can move at that speed. But I want to remind people, it's going to be a short video. I want to remind people that speed is relative. So when, say, somebody is walking and people say 5 miles an hour, well, or I don't know, like 7 kilometers an hour or something like that, be a fast walk. So the speed is relative to the ground. So they're walking and you're measuring like from one point on the ground to the person as they move over a period of time, and then how far can they move in that time. So you got miles or kilometers, and you got an hour, or you know, we can also measure time in meters per second and so on. So as I said, it'd be about the person moving relative to the ground. And so people say that you can't have objects, like physical objects, that move at the speed of light. And that's, in a way, that's true. Like, we can't accelerate, so in a way, but it's also not true in another way, because it depends on what you're comparing it to. Like, if you're just sitting still on the planet, you're moving at 0 miles an hour compared to the planet or whatever you're sitting on. But compared to the other planets, or to the Earth's position in the solar system, you're actually moving at hundreds or thousands of miles an hour, for example, compared to the moon or something like that. So the same thing could be said about photons, like, which is particles of light, or quanta of light. If you have some rays of light or photons moving out from the sun on the opposite side of the sun from the Earth, then those particles are moving at the speed of light compared to the sun. And so you, compared to the position of the photon, are moving at the speed of light compared to that. And yeah, I know the photon's smaller, so we consider that it's moving at the speed of light and we're virtually standing still. But you can just look at it the other way as well. And so we have galaxies. We don't know the limit to the universe, but people say, although it's highly debatable, people say that we have galaxies moving faster and faster the farther away they are from us. And so if you have a limitless universe, which we don't know if we have or not, but you could say those galaxies at the very edge, maybe they're getting close to the speed of light, maybe we're getting compared to them, as a reference, we might be getting close to the speed of light compared to them. Not to mention, people also say that the entire visible known universe is maybe, it keeps changing because frankly people don't know the truth, but as we gain knowledge, I think we're now near 93 billion light years, but they say the universe is much less than that, could be maybe 13 billion years old. Well, how did we get the entire universe so big if it's not that old? Well, they say there was a period of expansion when everything, yes, it moved faster than the speed of light. So there you go. A lot of scientists are saying you can move faster than the speed of light. Things did move faster than the speed of light. And also it gets down to that, calls into question space-time and the idea of, like, I don't know if you've heard of time dilation, but they say, well, when things are moving close to the speed of light, their time slows down. And I would say that's a huge problem because it's contradictory. You know, speed being relative. Let's say that you shine a flashlight into outer space and you say, oh, for those photons there's no time. Well, they're moving through space and everything else is moving at the same time, and of course photons don't have any consciousness, so they're not going to experience any time. But to say that time doesn't exist for the photons, but everything's moving and, you know, time passes, so it's just nonsense. And as I said before, speed is relative, not time, but speed is relative. And so compared to that beam of light or the photons, we are moving at the speed of light away from them, but time hasn't stopped for us. And there's no time dilation, no nothing like that. And so people say, oh, well, we've proved, we have satellites with clocks and the GPS system and so on. It moves around the planet, and actually the clocks are moving so fast and they're accelerating as they move around the planet. They're orbiting and the clock is moving slower. Well, you know, it's going through the Earth's magnetic field and it's changing position, and it's in the cold of space and then the heat of the sunlight. And so there are a lot of different conditions. It's you know, moving through the so-called vacuum of space, which may not actually be a vacuum. And so that might cause things to slow down for the clocks on the satellites. And it might not be just that they're moving so fast that causes the time to slow down. If they were moving in a straight direction, you know, you could say, oh, our time is slowing down because we're moving away from it so fast. And it just doesn't make any sense. Much more sense that the gravity of the planet has something to do with the time slowing down. So, but it's all very complicated. So if you're more confused now, I'm going to keep this video to this length, and that's it. So thank you very much. Just question this stuff about things can't move at the speed of light, because it's very questionable. Thanks. Bye.